Now we will do our yoga and warrior poses and balancing. Hands on our hips, left foot back about one leg length, or however you feel comfortable. Now, if your knees bother you, don't bend your knees here. If you can, bend that right knee so that it's over your right heel, opening your left hip. Arms overhead, tuck that belly button in to protect your back. Your drishti or focus is on your hands. And breathe. If it's difficult to do this, you may look over your nose. If it's difficult to bring your arms up, keep them on your hips. And breathe. Nice deep breaths in Warrior One, Virabhadrasana 1. 2 more breaths. And when you're done with the second breath, you're going to angle that left foot so it's perpendicular to the right. Your arms come down shoulder height. You're looking over your right fingers. Your right knee is still bent. Your left foot and left leg is out to the side. Your leg is straight. The outside of your left foot is pressing into the mat. Pelvic tilt, straighten that spinal column and breathe. Breathe into it, shoulders away from the ears, and breathe. Warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2. 2 more breaths. And when you're ready, hands on your hips, straighten that leg, that right leg, feet forward. Bending, hinging at the hips, we're hinging forward. We want to do an opposing pose to open up that back. Hands in center on the mat. Left hand comes in center. Bring that right arm up, shoulder back, right shoulder back. Looking up at your right hand if you can. You don't have to, but feeling a nice twist and breathe. 2 more breaths. Bringing that right hand down to the mat. Take a breath, let your body hang. Right hand in center, left arm up. Twisting, looking up at your left hand if you can, bringing that left shoulder back as much as possible. And breathe. Nice twist. 2 more breaths. And when you're ready, bring that hand back to center. Let your body hang, feeling an opening in your lower back. Okay, hands on your hips, bend your knees, tuck your belly button in, great big deep breath. Come on up, we're going to the opposite side. Feet face the left. Bend that left knee if you can. You don't want to hurt your knees. If your knee hurts, keep your leg straight. Opening that right hip. Arms overhead. So your hips and your feet are facing the left. Don't worry if they don't. Everybody's bone compressions are different. If your arms bother you, you may put them on your hips. You don't need to keep them in the air if you don't want. Breathe. Breathe into Virabhadrasana 1. If you find yourself wobbling a little bit, you can bring this foot out to the side, gives you a more wider stance. Breathe. 2 more breaths. And when you're ready, we're going to Virabhadrasana 2. Arm shoulder height, angle that right foot so your left heel is going into your right heel. The outside of that right foot is pressing into the mat. Looking over those left fingers, breathe. Tuck that belly button in, shoulders away from the ears, straight spinal column, and breathe. Breathe. Warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2. 2 more breaths. And when you're ready, straighten that left leg if it's not straight. Hands on your hips, feet forward. We're going to hinge the hips one more time. Coming down, opening those hips, giving them space. Hands in center. And just let your hips open up. Walk your hands over to your left ankle, bringing your head to your left knee if you can, feeling a stretch in that right lower back. Breathe. 2 more breaths. And walking back to center, over to the right ankle, bringing your head to your right knee, feeling a stretch in your left lower back. Breathe. 2 more breaths. And when you're ready, coming back to center, take a deep breath, hands on your hips, knees bent, tuck your belly button in, come on up to center. Good job. Heel toe till you're hip width apart. You want to keep your feet underneath your hips, hands in prayer position. We're going to do a balancing pose now, one simple balancing pose, which is good for focus, for concentration, and also very good for connecting your synapses, your neurons. So if you're going to fall, you can catch yourself better if you practice these balancing poses. The simplest way, if you're starting, is for your foot over your ankle, and we're going to ground ourselves in our left foot and bring our right foot over our right ankle. If you're a little more advanced and you can handle this, you can come up between your ankle and your knee. If you need a chair, that's perfectly all right. And breathe. Tuck that belly button in, find a spot to focus on that's not moving, and whatever your expression of tree may be. And breathe. 2 more breaths. And coming back to center. Feet flat on the mat. The key to any balancing pose is focusing on a spot that's not moving in front of you. Now we're going to ground ourselves into our right foot. Left foot, again, if you're a beginner, over that right ankle. You may use a chair or you may use the wall if you wish to balance yourself. You don't need to stand without a chair or the wall. If you feel strong and you feel like you can do this, between your ankle and your knee. Focus on a spot that's not moving, and whatever your expression of tree may be. And breathe. I am healthy, I am grateful. Coming back to center, and namaste.